this time, I'd like to call the Hardin County Board of Education meeting to order. And first of all, we will say the pledge to the flag, and we'll let these students here lead us in the pledge.
I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, thank you. Not that often we have those youth voices in here. Okay, at this time, we'd like to take a moment of silence for Renee Nichols, cafeteria worker at Heartland, and Billy Staples, a teacher at Lakewood. So if you would join us in a moment of silence for them, we appreciate it. Okay, thank you. Board commitments. Don, you want to take care of that?
To improve our effectiveness, the Hardin County Schools Board team commits to keep children first, listen, be prepared, be professional, demonstrate financial stewardship, represent the entire district and support district goals, and support board decisions.
Okay. And recognitions, Mr. John Wright's going to take care of that for us.
Yes, sir. You have two resolutions in front of you, Mr. Chairman. A resolution of recognition for students and staff, which we haven't done probably since February of 2020. So that's wonderful that we're able to do that again. And then our Stronger Together Award resolution. So if you'll pass those, Mr. Chairman, we'll proceed.
Okay. Do I hear a motion?
I move that we adopt the resolutions as written.
Second.
Have a motion and a second to adopt the resolutions. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
All right, thank you, Mr. Chairman. We have a lot of tennis stars here with us this evening, and they are state champions. We'd like to recognize the members of the Hardin County Schools Middle Schools Fall Tennis Team. These young men and women earned the state championship by winning the Kentucky Junior Team Tennis Tournament on October the 16th. This team is coached by Mr. Brian Coley. So Brian, you come forward too, and we'd like to invite the following students to come forward. Miss Lauren Bragg from James T. Alton. Lauren, are you here? Yeah, okay, hey Lauren. Lila Coley. Lila, are you here? There's Lila. Miss Lydia Keary from East Hardin. Oh, she's not here. Evan McNeil from East Hardin. All right, Evan. Claire Ronnie from East Hardin. Claire. Jude Stith from East Hardin. There's Jude. And then Jude Tabor from East. All right. Congratulations, guys. And Mr. Seago, if you want to present them with their medal. Miss Barnes is going to present you all with a medal here.
Yeah. Thank you, I appreciate it. Even better in the pictures. Yes.
Great, I'm just gonna help you. Don't let them run away.
Yeah.
Keep them going, keep them coming.
If you guys want to help me, that's good.
Coach, you get one as well.
Congratulations.
All right, and this next person we're going to recognize, Mr. Chairman, I know somewhat familiar with her, Miss Christy Wright. She is the guidance counselor at the Hardin County Schools Early College and Career Center. And a bragging husband here, Christy has earned the Kentucky High School Guidance Counselor of the Year Award from the Kentucky School Counselors Association.
A plaque up there.
Yeah.
No, she gets a medal there as well.
Yeah.
Maybe you can read faster than me, too.
It's just-
I think John was sharing that she gets a medal, not a plaque. Sorry, Christie.
sorry.
She received her plaque at the,
We'd like to also recognize our Stronger Together Award winners. So our Stronger Together Award winner from September could not be with us, so we'd like to invite her up to receive it this month, Miss Katie Rundle. Katie, are you here? There she is. Come on up, Katie. She does get a plaque. There is a plaque there, Ms. Barnes, with her name on it. Let me tell you a little bit about Katie. She's an 8th grade student at James T. Alton Middle School, and she's one of the most probably cultured students in our district. While traveling with her family because of the United States military, Katie has taken classes on the Japanese language and culture, and she has gone on field trips to Japanese schools, the zoo, a farm that produced mica and oranges and a tie-dye factory. She was also selected to visit an orphanage in Tokyo while she was in 3rd grade. She started attending JTA last year. There she's involved in Beta Club, Gifted and Talented Education, and the volleyball team. She even volunteers to work the concession stand during sporting events. Katie earned the Trojan Award and the 110% Award at James T. Alton last school year. She has remained on the All-A honor roll throughout her tenure at JTA. Congratulations. Congratulations, Katie.
Good job.
Rose Choi. Are you here? Yeah, there she is. Rose is a senior at North Hardin High School, and she is a member of the girls' golf team and is very involved in the DECA Club, Beta Club, Student Counselor, and Culture Club. She is truly involved in extracurricular activities, as you can tell. However, she maintains a 4.0 GPA. She volunteered this summer in the school's Office and Destination Acceleration, which is our summer school program. Those acts of volunteerism led her to her current role as an office aide. She said that having these responsibilities has taught her people skills, manners, and how to respond to various situations. Rose is a peer mentor and a tutor for younger students. She serves as a photographer and an editor for the North Hardin Yearbook. Congratulations, Rose. All right, Miss Barbara Given and some members of the Meadowview. There we go. These are, thank you all for coming. This is Barbara Given and her staff from the Meadowview Elementary School Child Nutrition Team. They have had their share of obstacles to overcome this year. A staff member departed near the beginning of the school year, and another staff member was involved in an auto accident at the beginning of the year and will not return until after winter break. Despite having 6 positions, some days have found the kitchen with Barbara and one or two other team members for various reasons. Food shortages and a couple of equipment errors have also made life challenging. However, Meadowview Principal Carrie Prater says that Barbara and her team continue to serve the students with a smile and truly a happy heart. They truly place students first and find happiness in providing the best meals possible to their students. Thank you for all you guys do. Ms. Kimball's here. I don't know if you all knew that. Next is our friends from Grace Heartland Church. Come on up, guys. They're outside. You may have to wait. There we go. Pastor Jeff Dole, Adam Castanier, and Marty Fulkerson. You guys come on up, please. Our friends at Grace Heartland have been very good to us in many different ways, but the reason we're honoring them tonight, they have really embraced the HCS Homeless Students Outreach Program since its inception. When the program did not have funds budgeted for hotel stays, they allowed homeschool community liaison Lynette Kennedy to access their account at a local hotel. They provided time for Mrs. Kennedy to speak at the annual Leadership Summit, where more than 1,000 people attended. The church's program, Best Job Ever, highlighted the program. Another church program, Grace Unleashed, sent a team to a district warehouse to clean the space for the families that we serve. Grace Heartland has been a great partner, not only with funding the project, but always providing their time to help clean, move furniture, and deliver food, provide classes for our families, and much more. HCS is a better and stronger because Grace Heartland Church is our community partner. Thank you all. Appreciate you.
Thank you all.
All right, thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Okay. All right, we're ready for focus on academics, and Mr. Greg Sutton.
It's actually going to be Ms. Bronner. I'm going to
You
start us off.
gonna do that, Ms.
Yes.
Bronner? All right.
Okay, well, if anyone knows me, they know about how passionate I am about the programs that we're getting ready to feature here tonight, and that is our Reading Counts program and our Accelerated Reader program. And the way this program works, it is a computerized, basically a comprehension test, and students get to choose books based on their interest levels and their independent reading levels, and they work go toward a goal that is a set. It can be an individual goal, some schools set like classroom goals. I used this program, the Accelerated Reader program, when I was teaching, and what I would see happen, which is the beautiful thing about this program, is that my readers who love to read were always reading. But it also motivated those students who didn't really enjoy picking up a book to read because they were working toward a goal. And so sometimes it just took to find the love of that particular author to grab them, and then they would make lifelong readers. So I think that gives them the opportunity to stay with a book and then become much better readers because they're doing it at night and anytime they finish their work. So it was that supplemental program. We're going to take a minute to watch a video, let you see one of our schools, GC Burkhead, and how they utilize the Reading Counts program. And then we've got some students here that we want to acknowledge their accomplishments with this program. So if Mr. Wright, if you will get us going. This is Ms. Wills and Ms. Nichols and their views on the Reading Counts, and you'll get to see some children participating in this program.
I'm Elisa Nichols, and I am the second grade teacher here at GC Burkhead, one of the second grade teachers, and I'm also the ESL Collab Room. I use the program in my classroom. I have since I started teaching. I see the benefits and the rewards of the program. Scholastic Reading Counts, I can allow my students to take their book test in the morning, and then I use it as an independent center during reading groups. It allows the students to read independently. It works on their skills that we teach them during reading, but they're able to apply all of those skills themselves over the course of reading a book that they're interested in. It is ability grouped. In other words, I can have a beginning reader that is working on sight words, reading a book independently and taking a book test over it, but they're having to infer what is happening in the book. They're having to take those strategies that we've taught them in reading and apply them in the book to pass the book. They enjoy it. It's very teacher friendly. I can go in as the ELL teacher. I can print off the reports in different languages to the parents. It allows the parents to see these are the type of books the kids are reading. So maybe you should choose these books to buy for them or to go to the public library and get for them because these are their interest. It can give up to date how many books they've taken and passed. Are they struggling in this particular area? It's just very student friendly and teacher friendly, and it's proven itself in the classroom. I see great growth in my students from the beginning of second grade to the end of second grade in their comprehension. I cannot imagine not having this program in my classroom.
Hi, I'm Rachel Will. I'm a second grade teacher at GC Burkhead. I'm talking to you about how we use the Scholastic Reading Counts program and also how we use the Scholastic Reading Inventory along with the Scholastic Reading Counts program. So the SRIs we refer to is a Lexile-based test that the students take. It tells us the students' independent reading level. So basically it's giving us their exact level of what they can comprehend independently without assistance, and how we then take that score. And the test itself actually asks a lot of inferencing based questions like drawing conclusions and that kind of thing. It's very great at letting us know their independent reading level. So we use that so that we know exactly what level books then they need that they can understand independently. So along with the SRI, when we give that test, what's awesome about that is being able to see their Lexile growth as they read the testing books and they comprehend these books. We see that level increase dramatically. It has proven itself time and time again that great growth that that happens from them just being able to read books and then take these tests. Their eyes light up when they pass the test. It's pretty awesome to see that. And then when the kids are reading books and taking tests, when they pass, they put up a sticker. So we have a reading goal in second grade here at GC Burkhead for 40 books for the year, which when I first say that to the kids, they always are like, oh my goodness, that's a lot. And it does sound like a lot. It ends up being about 10 books in 9 weeks, which really, if you take that and make a smaller goal, and we already have kids who are almost close to 10 books, and then we've only been in school a month. So they're doing awesome with that. They love it. They love when they pass to go put a sticker up. And then also with my class, and I know Miss McNichols' class as well, when they do pass, her class, I think they get a gummy worm. My kids, I give them a gummy bear. It says you're a very good reader. And so they get a little gummy bear. They have a spot on the board that they put their name to let me know that they've taken a test and passed. And it's just a little reward we do for their effort and their work. And we're just always super proud of them and in their reading comprehension, and just seeing that improve dramatically over time and as they take tests and that. So another reward that we have for our students with the Reading Counts program is once they make their reading goal of 40 books, then what we do is we have a big luau party. We have a reading awards program where we celebrate their success of meeting their goal. And then we have a day of celebration where we get to enjoy our time together and celebrate their success in reading. And we even give out a trophy to the overall best reader in second grade where that improvement has happened. And then also we give out medals for our students who, we give out a medal for the most books read in each class, the most words read in each class, because the program does count how many words. And then also the most improved and the highest testing average. And those are awesome things to celebrate with the kids. We love the Scholastic Reading Counts program here at GC Burkhead. It is so beneficial to the students to see their growth as they grow as young readers, just to see that joy of reading. It helps them develop their interest levels because they're exposed to so many genres of books, and it is just an absolute joy to see their reading comprehension improve and then also just their spark of reading.
We have with us a few students here from each one of our schools that is using the Accelerated Reader Program or the Reading Counts program. So as we call their name, we'd like for them to come up, and Mr. Sutton's going to present them.
I just want to say these kids are the top readers so far in the school year. I say it's like you're running the Indianapolis 500, you're on lap like 125 in the lead. You know what I'm saying? You got a long way to go. It's right. You want to stay in the lead, right? You want to be the winner at the end of the year. Okay. Keep reading those books, doing a great job for us. Proud of you guys. I recognize you all not here with a digital bookmark and a certificate for your hard work. Broke my heart during the pandemic that when we had to shut down schools back in the spring of 2020 that we sent kids home. You guys did not have access to a library. You didn't have access to that book you could hold in your hands and read that book, then go and take that test on it and have all these great opportunities. And that's back for us, and that's why we're excited. Thank you for your hard work. Thank you for putting in the time, and you're getting the reward you deserve. So excited about recognizing you guys tonight. Just come on up here to the front. Make sure you can stand up there so we can get your picture. So thank you all principals, librarians for pushing these programs. Encourage these kids to get those books back in their hands and reading for us. Thank you, Ms. Brunner.
Okay, our Cecilia Valley person, our student with the most points is Ms. Kennedy Smith. Next, with Creekside, we have Miss Addison Phillips. GC Burkhead, we have Elizabeth Hardin. With Heartland Elementary, we have Lucy Malone. With Lakewood Elementary, we have Rachel Nall. Lincoln Trail Elementary, Piper Midler. Meadowview Elementary, we have Natalie, I hope I don't mispronounce this, Matier. This is another name I hope I get close to. Hadassah Varner. That was New Highland, I'm sorry, I was so focused on the name. Radcliffe Elementary, we have Landon Smith. Vine Grove, we have Sophia Jones. And our last school, Woodland Elementary, we have Cameron Wagster. Congratulations, you guys. This is a big accomplishment. Keep going, and we hope that you continue to stay in the lead with your reading counts and your accelerated reader program.
Recognition of visitors, and we have a couple people that have signed up to speak to us tonight. And the first one will be Brooke French, Body Sovereignty.
It's wonderful to see your all's faces.
Good.
You look lovely. Good evening. My name is Brooke French, and I'm the mother of 2 children in the Hardin County School Systems. I stand here this evening because I hold the belief that body sovereignty, freedom of choice, and parental rights are God-given rights, and it is my duty as a mother to protect and defend these rights. This past month, parents have been given permission that can be revoked weekly on whether to mask our children or not. I'm not looking for weekly permission. I'm looking for guidance to be changed to reflect parental rights. I'm seeking parental choice. Whether to mask or not to mask should be left up to parents. My children have had COVID. They now have natural immunity. Masking my children is not in their best interest. Healthy children are not walking around spreading illness. I also want you to think of your general knowledge of children. Do you really think kids are wearing their masks properly? Are kids changing disposable masks as they should? How often are cloth masks being washed? How many times do you think these kids are picking their noses under their masks, chewing or licking their masks, dropping them on the floor only to pick them back up and put them back against their faces? Does anyone here really believe children are wearing their mask as they are meant to be worn? And I will remind you that the masks that I bought for my kids to wear to school say non-medical fashion mask. A non-medical fashion mask isn't protecting anybody. Why are we pretending it is? It's only to show compliance. In all this time of mass social distancing, quarantining, and vaccinations being pushed, how many times have you heard anything about making sure you get your vitamin D through being outside, exercise to keep your health intact, eat right, get enough rest, and take vitamins to help support your immune system? I'm not here to demand that you ban masks. I'm here because you are forcing your will on my children, and your will is going against what I believe to be in my children's best interest. So I'm here again to advocate for parental rights, parental choice, and body sovereignty. I'm here because we should have the freedom to choose every week. The question has been asked, exactly who voted to mask our children? We received our answer, and it doesn't seem that there was a vote. The board was elected by the people to be our voice. Why has this responsibility been laid down? I would also be interested to know if any funds have been received as a result of implementing test to stay, contact tracing protocols, or masking protocols on our children. This is a slippery slope of government overreach. Nobody should have the right to impose their will on another when it comes to what goes on your face or in your body. We are the parents, we know our children's medical history, and we are able to make informed decisions on what is best for our children. We do not need the government to hold our hands. Our parental rights must be restored in full. Thank you.
All right, thank you. And Regina Boone from HCEA.
Good evening, Mr. Wise, members of the board, and Superintendent Morgan. First, I want to say thank you. Part of my goal here tonight was to ask you to pass a resolution in honor of Billy Staples for a moment of silence. You did that before the association even had the opportunity to ask, so I'm just going to keep my resolution and save that for another day for something else that the association may request. My second privilege for being here tonight is when I became president in 2015 of the Hardin County Education Association, my primary duty first is a teacher at GC Burkhead Elementary. So hats off to my colleagues if they're out here for the job that they're doing and being recognized tonight. We made a pledge to the board that we will work together in helping children succeed in Hardin County schools. That pledge came with $600 every year that we would donate to the backpack program. So I have your annual check of $600 for the backpack program to help children that need food. When COVID did hit, the first thing we did that Friday morning was we called Superintendent Morgan and we asked her, what is it that you need us to do? I've already had members contact me and say, school's going to be out. Do you need us to help give food to children? Do you need us to go to the cafeterias and pack food? We'll do that. What we did was, you had people to do that, the bus drivers did that, the cafeteria workers did that. We donated another $750. It didn't go to the backpack program. That money went to our homeless population. So we want people to know that we've honored our pledge in helping children in Hardin County succeed. That was our pledge, that is our honor, that is what we work forward to every single day. Now, as for Billy Staples, Billy was a dedicated member of HCEA, and he was a dedicated member of the Hardin County Schools and the children. Billy died of COVID-19 on October the 9th, probably one of the hardest days of my life, other than losing my grandparents. If you knew Billy, he was a good person. We've talked to his mom when we did the prayer visual. We also talked to his mom and dad about the resolution that we don't need because the board did it on their own. I do believe that Billy's brother and sister-in-law are here with us. They supported us asking for a resolution in his honor. His mom and dad, due to health concerns, are not able to be here with us tonight. So we want to thank them for supporting us and allowing us to help them and to continue to remember Billy and his name. One other thing that we did have, I am president of the association. There are times when we all have to make decisions that are not easy. There are times when I have to talk about things with Terry. I agree with her. My association does not. One of these mask mandate things is one of those things. HCEA surveyed our members last week. As of this afternoon, our current response rate was 66% in favor of returning the mask mandate. Billy died of COVID. We have another member that has died of COVID. There are other people that are struggling with COVID. Educators all across this Commonwealth and all across this country are dying of COVID. We ask, right now our incidence rate is low. As of today, it is 10.5. That averages about 28 new cases of COVID every single day, just in Hardin County. We ask the board respectfully that if our incident rate starts to rise again, that you do reinstate the mask mandate. We want to keep children, staff safe, and we want to keep everybody in schools. We ask you to do that in Billy's honor. As of right now, 66% of our members, so no, we don't have 100% of members that support a mask mandate, but as of right now, this evening before I came here, it was a 66% rate. So that is the majority of our members that have taken the survey. We ask you to do that in Billy's honor. We know that there are others that do not, but we ask that you keep us safe, keep the students safe, and keep schools open.
Thank you, Regina. All right, and we had a little guide today at the school, and she made this comment that you were the best kindergarten teacher out there.
I thought we agreed not to tell.
No, I had to tell you. Yeah, we did. We had our lunch meeting there and had a tour, and the little lady, she told us every teacher I saw, the ones up there and everywhere. And she said, Miss Boone, she is the best So obviously, about 5 years ago, you might have been her kindergarten teacher. All right, there's little youngins, they get impressions made on them that, you know, it stays for life from some people. And I know high school, grade school, I still had that old favorite teacher, you know, that was out there. So it's, we hope that the kids get the best of education and enjoy their school years. All right, that brings us to construction updates. John, you want to tell us anything other? We had our meeting today at noon, and seems like things are moving along. We still have a few items on the punch list at East Hardin, but we are open. And that's great news, a year late, but it was great news for the board, and I'm sure the students were ready to get there. So Central Hardin project is on the way. They're doing some work on the Woodland HVAC project, preparing for it. We got 25, 6, 7 facilities, and so everybody says, y'all work on something all the time. Well, if you don't do something to one of these buildings every 25 years, you're going to get way behind. So, I mean, how many people lives in a home that you don't have to replace? You got to replace something. It's just an ongoing process. But John, is there anything you want to add to that, or
You did a great job, Chairman. I would add, I want to thank certainly congratulate the folks at East. They've been great, the teachers, the staff, the parents. We do apologize for the delay, but so happy that they're in that facility. Central Hardin High is moving on, and we are going to continue to experience some, but over the next 30 days especially, we're going to have some traffic issues. I know we already do, but even more so as the entire footprint of the building is going to start to develop. And so just again, ask parents and students patience for their patience as we get through this growing pain to a better day tomorrow. But hopefully things will get more back to normal after that 30-day period, but it's going to be pretty congested in front of the school.
Do you know if the school plans to do a video to show parents how that traffic pattern is going to change?
I'll be happy to check with Mr. Isaacs. I know he's doing a good job of keeping folks informed, but I would say we could probably talk to Ms. Gina Ryan. I'm sure she can make that happen.
okay. We're down to
John's going to take care of it.
down to consideration of the consent agenda. It was fairly simple here. We're approving some trips for Central Hardin cheerleaders and the Central Hardin softball team. They're going to Orlando and Fort Walton Beach in April, and of course that'll be on a commercial carrier due to cost efficiency. And we're approving to authorize the superintendent to have sole discretion to temporarily assign students at a school grade classroom or student group level to remote instruction due to significant absences of students or staff. And that's related to COVID-19 pandemic. So should we have a school or a classroom, we're giving the superintendent the power to move some of those students, or say this class is closed for a day or two or whatever, to get us back on a good safe track there. So that's about the only change added in here. And we're going to approve the monthly financial reports, orders of the treasurer. We have the school activity fund balance report, and there's also, we're accepting approval of the Kentucky Department of Education $100 vaccine incentive to district employees who are fully vaccinated by December the 1st of 2021. So if you've had your vaccination and you want to apply for that $100 vaccine incentive, that's state money that's going to come in, and just make sure you get that done before December the 1st. And we're approving to purchase buses again on the Kentucky State contract procedure. And then we're going to approve for JRA, who's our architects, to assist with the local planning committee, the LPC, and they're going to meet November the 2nd? Okay. They're going to have the first gathering of November the 2nd on that. And we've got a few change orders, number 37 through 42 for the New East. Some of these things are minor, and always a few little change orders to get some projects moved along. And we're going to approve a custodian, child nutrition, and child care recruitment incentive program. That being, we're going to offer some funds if you work in one of those departments and you can recruit one of those people. We're going to have a little incentive for the person that goes out and gets us some workers. So try to get some workers in here, and every day, I guess, or every week we're short somewhere, and it's got to be a world where we're having a hard time, even in department stores, grocery stores, wherever, getting enough workers. So if you know somebody that would like to work in our school system, and we'd be more than glad to have them. And we're going to approve state school-wide fundraisers. So that's about it. The personnel, classified, certified actions. Anyone got anything they want to pull out and elaborate on, or be glad to?
Chairman, we need to make a small change to the C, in regard to the buses.
C5.
C5. The decision paper has purchasing 20 regular buses and 20 special education buses. We're only purchasing 5.
25, yes, ma'am. Sorry for that mistake.
It's 20 regular buses and 5 special needs buses.
Okay. 20 plus 5. So when we approve this, it'll be changed to that. If we approve it here tonight, which I'm assuming we will, we'll change it. All right, anything else? If not, I need a motion to approve the consent agenda.
I'll make the motion to approve the consent agenda.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Any other comments? If not, all in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. And action items. Anyone got anything that got to go on action items tonight? Okay, new business. Got some new business needs to come up.
No, sir.
Superintendent's report.
Excellent. This year, I spoke last time about our iReady assessments that we did with our students, and the item that we have most recently is what we call a Brigance screener that we do for state reporting. It's where our teachers test all kindergarten students, and it's basically on kindergarten readiness skills. Our kindergarten students who took this test have not been to school, so we can't say these are a result of the pandemic because they weren't in school during the pandemic. They weren't supposed to be in school during the pandemic. So in this, what has happened is we have 58% based on Brigance. 58% of our students are not what we would consider kindergarten ready according to the Brigance. What that means is we have a mountain of 42% of students ready to start kindergarten based again on this assessment. But that is 58% of students who are starting school, but they don't have those skills that we would say they need to be successful. So one of the things that I really want to encourage our parents, our grandparents to do is to really have conversations with your children. The area they are lacking in the most is vocabulary, their language development skills. They can speak, It's just the vocabulary is not as rich as what we would like for it to be. I will give you an example. Last night, we were in a restaurant, and I watched two families come in. The young person came in, and I'm going to guess they were probably 3 or 4. Came in, they had a lovely little iPad that had a phone thing around it, and they held that, and the parent scrolled through a phone. We were there for approximately 45, 50 minutes, and never did I hear a single exchange of conversation. And that is being replicated over and over again. I'm guilty of it. When I get home, I sit, pull up emails, and I start to read. My children talk, I listen. But it is really important for our youngest students to get the start that they need to begin kindergarten. You hear Ms. Bronner here tonight. We recognized our students for reading achievements, and we are very proud of that. But if we had a greater percentage of our students being kindergarten ready, it makes our jobs that much easier. Not that we need them easier, but just that we can start to excel students at a faster pace when they come into being kindergarten ready. How can you do that? You have conversations with your students, you have conversations with your children, your grandchildren, your nieces, your nephews. You read to them from the earliest age on and forward, and listen to them read. When they get to that age, they can start to read books to you. But we really need our community's help in getting this score increased, because it will make us a better community. So if everyone will do their part to have conversations, to read to their children, we will see a dramatic difference in these readiness scores. And on our strategic plan, you're going to notice that all of our schools want to increase that number of students on grade level by 10%. If we could get our readiness scores up 10% each year for 4 years, we could be at that higher rate with our students. These are students, some do have a developmental delay, some do have some social emotional issues, but for the majority of these students, given the time and the attention that they need, they will come to school kindergarten ready. So I just ask you as educators, I ask you as parents, as grandparents, as concerned citizens of this community, start to do what you can with those closest to you in preparing them, so that this one instrument that we use can demonstrate to us that we are moving that bar forward to have our students kindergarten ready at that readiness level. So that doesn't start in August when they start kindergarten. That starts at birth all the way forward. So I just ask for everyone's help, those of you watching on TV, to do your part. And I know we as a board are committed to doing what it takes to meet the needs of our students, but we just need some help before they get to us. Thank you.
Very good. I was at Mount Washington Elementary watching a ball game, and a little girl was sitting on the front row of the bleachers, and she read a book the whole time we were watching a baseball game. And the thought went through my mind, this girl is going to score more points than all of those kids out there playing baseball, because she's going to be a good reader. And
That's awesome.
it was great. Just little stories like it. I guess from being on the board, you see those things that you normally wouldn't see, because kids they have a challenge in this world today, and these electronics is maybe not the best things for them, but they've all got them. But good parents and grandparents and great-grandparents help them go a long ways. All right. And executive session, we don't need executive session.
Didn't we, don't we have something we need to take action on, though?
We talked about.
We had an executive session.
This afternoon, so
Yeah.
we can go ahead and pull that up and have a motion made.
So, have you got it there to read, or?
I saw it. That's what I got in the email.
I just got it,
Yeah.
just during the meeting.
It might be good to have a 5 to 10 minute special session if possible.
Okay, yeah.
We'll do a quick
Yeah.
executive session.
We'll take a quick executive session. We'll step out, and
We are likely to hold a vote afterwards.
more likely we're going to have a vote after this one. So in case some of you leave, appreciate y'all being here tonight, and especially the teachers or principals and so forth are getting back in here, and we appreciate y'all.
Charlie, I'll make a motion, we go into executive session for the purpose of litigation.
Okay.
Second?
Have a motion and a second. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion
Before
carries.
we go, I do want to acknowledge someone. We have Mr. Jason Radford here. He is the superintendent of Odom County Schools. Mr. Radford, do you mind to introduce your board chair?
Yes, board chair, Joyce Fletcher is with me, and just so appreciate that. Thanks for letting us visit.
Thank you all for being here. I just
Welcome
noticed you
anytime.
back there in the audience when it cleared out a little bit, so thanks so much for being here.
So we'll have about a 5 or 6 minute executive session, and we'll be right back. All right, we are back in session, and have had a little discussion, and Mr. Bland's going to present it to us here.
All right. As we all know, the construction project at Central Hardin High School has consumed a large quantity of our parking spots, and that problem is going to remain for the duration of the construction period, which is another 2+ years at least.
And thereafter even.
And thereafter, although ultimately we
Be a
will
little
recover
better,
some on the other side.
Yeah.
We have attempted, the Hardin County Schools has attempted to negotiate in good faith with Clifford Newton of Newton Construction LLC for a 1-acre lot that anyone who is familiar with the Central Hardin High School is aware of. It sits directly in front of Central Hardin and is encircled on 3 sides by the Central Hardin High School parking lot. We have made extensive negotiations with Mr. Newton, and they have failed, as he is asking considerably above the current appraised value of the property. It's the opinion of the Hardin County Board of Education that we need to acquire this property to alleviate parking shortages at Central Hardin High School, as well as to increase security and student safety by eliminating an entrance in between 2 currently existing school entrances. Therefore, I hereby move that the board proceed with eminent domain to acquire the 1-acre lot located at 3134 Litchfield Road for the public purpose of alleviating parking shortages at Central Hardin High School and in order to increase security and student safety by eliminating an entrance in between 2 existing school entrances.
Okay.
Second.
All right, I have a motion and a second. Any other discussion? Not? All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Okay, board calendar, November the 1st. FDA office is closed. November the 18th, we will have our regular board meetings at 11:30. We'll be at West Hardin Middle School for the noon meeting, and 6 p.m. back here at the central office. So, sounds like a plan. We got, gonna have a meeting again 3 weeks instead of 4 this time, so. Anyone in favor of making a motion to adjourn, we'll gladly accept it.
Motion to adjourn?
Second.
Have a motion and a second to adjourn. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, motion carries.